Whatever you think, can you do some more now? Swear you got me falling for your ass again.
So my co-host today is Valentina Ibirogba-Unaji. I've known Valentina since I was this little. Her mom, she happens to be here today too. She's like my first, she is my first teacher. She literally taught me how to pronounce ABC, how to know my alphabet, and many more. So you see me call her mom everywhere because she's literally my mom. So Valentina is going to be sharing with you all and myself on, we'll be talking about menopause and everything that happens in and there within. So welcome here, Valentina. So I'll be coming back to you so you can introduce yourself better later. So what is Roundtable Talk? So the Roundtable Talk is a Wellness and Circles series where we'll be discussing, it's a platform where we'll be discussing about things where participants agree to speak on a specific topic for debate and discussion, expressing their points of view without fear of criticism or judgment. So everyone has an equal opportunity to participate, allowing each other to contribute freely and fully to the discussion. So what would we be doing? So we'll be discussing topics that are dear to us, on wellness, finances, kids, relationship, business, mental health, and different other discussions that uplifts us. So at the same time, we'll be bringing different panels and co-hosts, professionals, community advocates, self-advocates, and individuals with knowledge about different topics of interest. So if you have any topic you want to talk about, please, you can reach out to me at wellnessandcircle@gmail.com or bk.ojomo@gmail.com. And also, if you want to co-host with me, you can reach out to me as well. So on the discussions that we'll have here, so unfinished discussion can move to the wellnessandcircle.com website on the forum section. We're still working on the website. Hopefully it will be available in a week or two. Also, we have the Wellness and Circle page on Facebook and Instagram, Wellness and Circle. We also have a private community group called Women's Wellness and Circle on Facebook and on Instagram. So you can please go ahead and follow all these pages. So we have a YouTube page called Wellness and Circle. And every discussion that we have, I'll upload the video into the YouTube so you can go there to view the replay. So today we have two sponsors, the Wellness and Circle and also Dames Hub. Valentina is the owner and creator of Dames Hub, where she talks about women, she talks about the menopause and stuff, and she'll be talking to you also later today. So if you want to sponsor any of the program, please reach out to me. Or if you have product that you want to advertise, also reach out to me so I can help in advertising it in any of our program. So if you still have any questions, here is my number, 763-200-6557. And that is a US number. So then the email to get to me is wellnessandcircle@gmail.com or wellnessandcircle.com. So thank you all for coming here today. I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm so grateful and glad that you are all here. So I'm going to go back to Valentina because she's a co-host today. So I'm going to have Valentina introduce herself and the reason why we are here today. Just a little bit before we start, because I remember the day she called me and she goes, Jibike, it has started. I was like, what is happening? What has started? What are you talking about? In my Yoruba voice, I was like, Kilo to start, Then we came together and we did talk about this, and she decided, it's better for us to start hosting stuff like this where we can help each other out. And she's been an advocate since then, talking about menopause, encouraging women, talking to women and what to do, how to, and stuff like that. So Valentina, I'm going to have you introduce yourself so we can get started. Thanks for coming here today.
Thank you, Jibike. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. My name is Valentina Ibirogba-Unaji. I'm a mother of an amazing 18-year-old son. I'm a single mom. I'm 47 because that age is very necessary. It's very important for us to know. I am a project manager. I'm a healthcare project manager / solution architect. So basically, I've been in the healthcare space, though not in the clinical line, but I have been spending the past almost 16 plus years in the healthcare space. I'm from Nigeria, Yoruba, was married to an Idoma man. Because I can see that culture also has a lot to play with menopause. There's a lot that has to play with it, and that's why I'm diving into it. Yes, I said I'm a single mom because my husband is late. So, but no PTs, no pity party, please. I'm good. I guess that's about it for now. Over to you, Jibike.
Okay, thank you so much, Valentina. I'm always grateful when I'm able to kind of share the space with you. So when we chat, when we talk, there's always something that comes up after it all. I mean, we have our differences. Don't get me wrong. We argue a lot. But I've known she's like a sister. I've known her since I was 3 years old, I think.
No, since you were in diapers. You've known me since 1977.
So, yeah, see, I've known her since forever. So we have our differences, then we argue about it, we talk about it, we iron things out, and we come back together. That's just another sister of mine. We're not blood sister, but she's a sister to me anytime. I can actually call her my blood sister.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah, so thank you for coming here today. So today we're just going to talk about, it's going to be an overview, kind of in a way, just quick questions on menopause. So what we'll be doing after that is every sessions that we come into after this, we would be picking on each symptom, and we'll talk about it, the next few, sessions. I don't know how many sessions we're going to hold on this because it's a very broad session. And for menopause, we all experience it differently. What I'm experiencing may be different from what somebody else is experiencing. How I'm experiencing it actually also may be different too. So these are all the things that we're going to talk about, and we're going to share with each other, because I believe when we bring ourselves together is when we learn together. So my first question, because what I'm going to do is we'll just ask some questions. So if you have any question, I think there's a hand, raise hand emoji, or just open your mic and talk. So just please be aware of other people's space also. So just maybe 2 minutes will be okay to just talk about whatever you want to say. But Valentina will always start the talk or answer the question. So I'm going to quickly ask her the first question. I'm going to share here the first question, and I'm very sure, hopefully you're seeing my presentation, the question on the screen. Yes. Okay. So the question here is, when did you start noticing your symptoms? Because I know with a lot of people, the symptoms starts differently. So I'm going to put the question also in the chat. Let me just stop sharing. So that is a question. When did you start noticing, your symptoms? There was a lady I was talking to a while ago, and she started at the age of 37. Some people start as early as that. Actually, she stopped menstruating at the age of 37. So that's another thing. I was very surprised, and she's like, yes, that was what happened to her. So Valentina, I'm going to have you start in answering that question. Then we can just have other people come in also to just give us their opinion too. Thanks.
Thank you. When did I start noticing the symptoms? Well, I am not menopausal yet. I'm still in my perimenopausal stages, that stage where you could be in that stage, according to research, because I've done a lot of research about this, you could be perimenopausal for about 10 years or more. Some people are in the perimenopause stage till between 2 and 10 years, depending on a lot of things. A lot of things contribute to it. Thinking back, I started noticing my symptoms. I think I got into the perimenopause stage at the age of 44, but I didn't realize it till last year, October. So back in 2020, during COVID, I had circle breaks. So basically this month, my period could come normal 28 days. All my life, my period has been 28 days. And then next month, it wouldn't come. But I wasn't concerned because, it's when you're doing what you're not supposed to do that you were concerned about pregnancy or whatever. But the things that I noticed was night sweats. I would wake up in the middle of the night sweaty. And no matter the level of the air condition or fan, I could wake up with my pillow drenched in sweat. I didn't know what that was. I also had this serious acne at the beginning of it. Now thinking back, that's when all the symptoms started. I attributed the cycle breaks to travel in 2020 because I did a lot of crazy travel between 2018 and 2020. And then 2020, I was in Nigeria. So I will say 2020 to answer that question. So at the age of 44, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Mine has been like on and off. What
Yeah.
actually mine started almost around the same was during COVID that I actually really noticed that. I think at the age of 40, right around 44.
45.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 48 in November. So
Yes, I remember you noticed. I remember you talking about menopause, and I'm like, Jibike,
yes.
you
I remember I was talking to her. She's like,
don't even go there. You started I think you noticed it, and you actually realized what it was.
yes.
I noticed. I knew something was going on with me. I didn't know what was going on with me. I tried everything. I eat very clean. I mean, as you know, I eat very clean. I exercise a lot. And I remember when you started talking about menopause, I'm like, okay, is Jibike okay? It's like, yes. So I think it was around that time you actually started talking about it, and you were like, hey, it seems the M thing is around there. I'm like, what is the main problem again? Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to say, if you want to contribute, please, you can unmute your mic or raise your hand, and I will kind of bring you up here to talk. So we want this to be very interactive, please. So please unmute your mic and let us know when did you start noticing your symptoms? What age?
Good evening, this is Auntie Lizzie from Nigeria.
Thank you, Auntie Lizzie.
Hi, Auntie.
How are you?
Bless, thank you, Auntie. Thank you for joining.
I'm glad to be on this platform.
Thank you, ma.
I should say for myself, I got into menopause, probably I was lucky enough in my early 50s. I'm 62 right now, going to 63. So you can do some mathematics around that.
Yeah.
The first thing I noticed, just like Valentina, I sweat a lot. No matter how the AC is turned on, you find me sweating seriously. And I was alarmed that why is this happening to me? Why am I sweating this way? And another sign that I had was that I started becoming big. I started becoming big, out of my normal size. And I had to visit my doctor and give the complaint that I don't really know what is happening. My menstruation will come, it can come, it will disappear. In the next 2 weeks, after disappearing, it comes back again. So I was alarmed. So I visited my doctor. And after explaining things and he checked me, he just smiled and said, Mrs. Akman, it seems you are getting into your menopausal age. And I was like, wow. So is it how it happens? But the main thing is that it's good to seek a professional help when you notice, so that you don't go and get into taking all sorts of drugs. And you know how we here in this climate, Nigeria, they'll tell you, take this, take that, take that. No. The best thing to do when you notice changes in your body, in your menstrual cycle, visit your gynecologist and they will put you right. I'm glad to be on this platform. I'd like to hear other people's view on the menopausal system.
Thank you so much, Auntie. I really appreciate that. And like she said, when you start noticing changes in you, it is better to contact your physician, your doctor, so they can guide you through, check what's going on, and know exactly what you need to do. Because I know with us, we always try to do a lot of things, take this medication. A lot of us self-medicate, which is not always good. So check with your doctors first to see where you are at, what's going on with you. You may think it's menopause and it will be something else. So it's always very good to check with your doctor. Thanks, Auntie, for that. So does anybody want to say something else? Please don't be shy.
Hi.
I see Laomi is here.
Hi.
Okay, so I will take Sister Ronti first, then Laomi, I'll take you next. Okay, go ahead, please.
Hello, can you? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Echo. All right, my name is Ronti Echo, and I'm a medic, and I work in Nigeria at the moment.
Hi, Sis Ronti. Sorry to interrupt. Thank you for joining. Thanks for always supporting me.
Thank you for joining.
Very welcome. Okay, so I'm 57 now, and I started menopause. It was a premature menopause for me, which is unusual for most people. So say about 10 to 20% of women go into premature menopause. I started at the age of 35, and sometimes it can be hereditary. So for me, it was because I started having infertility issues, and that was how mine fell into place with tests and all that, and then I had my diagnosis. I didn't really have any other symptoms when I started, but I knew that I had to keep a watch out for different kinds of things. And for menopause, there's a 10-page list of symptoms that usually come with menopause, and you can have all, some, or just a few, or none. So it's really a range of symptoms that I was expecting. So the things that hit me was just like Auntie Lizzie said earlier on, the hot flushes. So when everybody else is feeling nice and cuddly, I'm feeling really hot. And it bothered me a lot, especially because my husband doesn't like cold weather. So in the night, we turn the air conditioning and he's covering himself and I have to be sleeping practically naked. So you can understand how really uncomfortable that can be. And it was at first very disconcerting for me, but over the years, 22 years, and the symptoms are still going on. For most people, it can be just a period of 5 to 10 years. For me, it can be something that can follow you for the rest of your life. I've heard of people who've had menopause for the last 30, 40 years. It's itching, so I take cetirizine for life. Sometimes I have to take double dose, you know, but I don't have, the thing I'm glad about is I don't have the things like changes in my mood or behavior, and I'm so grateful for that. But the other things of gaining weight I'm used to it. I have settled my mind around it. Itching, I take something for it. The migraines, I take something for it. And the sweating and feeling hot when everybody else is feeling cool, I have a fan. I have different fans in different colors that I take, and I make sure that wherever I am in Nigeria, I'm directly in front of the air conditioning system, especially when I'm at social gatherings. So I guess for me, it's about getting used to it and just finding a way to make myself more comfortable. That's the way I have gotten around it. And whenever I meet other women around my age or younger who are having symptoms, I try to be there for them and just encourage them and support them as much as I can and help them to be more comfortable in their own skin and understand what's going on. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm really glad that we're on this platform now, just encouraging and supporting each other and helping everyone to understand that, you know, there is a lot going on out there that most people don't know about, and we should just be aware of it.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sister Roti. Thank you all. I'm surprised that still after 20 years that you're still going through it. That is a new one to me. I'm learning a lot today. So I'm gonna have thank you for letting us know that. I'm gonna have Ola open her mic, then Mommy, you're going to come after Ola. So Ola, you can go ahead and open up your mic to talk.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Jibike. Great show and great topic actually. My name is Olaomi. I'm from South Africa and I'm 45. And to be sincere, you know, menopause is one topic I've not even looked at. I do hear people say that you have hot flushes and that's all, you know. So, you know, interestingly, when I found the topic and I was like, okay, I think I have been going through it. I didn't even know. So it's something I'll look into as after this program to see that the symptoms, you know, when that question came that you said, when did you start seeing the symptoms? I think for me, I was like, what are the symptoms? You know, because I never researched it. I never thought of it. I just felt, oh, okay, stress. Let me rest, let me do this and that was it. But yeah, great stuff, great topic. And I'm here to learn more and, you know, maybe I'll see if I've entered it or I'm in the pre stage, yeah. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay,
thanks,
you. Laomi. And I think that's one of the questions so today, what are the symptoms? Because the symptoms with everybody is different, right? Valentina.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the symptoms are different for everybody. Like I said, I'm still in my perimenopausal stage. I'm not sure if I want to hurry into the menopause stage yet, or I want to stay where I am. Like I said, I started with night sweats, and night sweats are different from hot flushes. Night sweats happens in the night when you're sleeping. Initially, I didn't understand what it was. During COVID, I was in Nigeria. But even though I was in Nigeria, I always had the AC on in my room. So I had to get a fan. I still woke up. So I started sleeping naked, basically. Like, this is just not going to work. It's just not going to work. I mean, my pillowcase will still be drenched with sweat. Then, if you remember very well, when I was 42, I lost a lot of weight from going clean and exercising. I continued the same regimen. And I realized that the weight, instead of losing the weight, it was creeping up. So when did I actually know this was menopause? It was last year. I got back with I have the nutritionist and the fitness trainer that I normally work with, Jibike. And I got back on the program after I came back from Nigeria in 2021. I got back on the program in February 2021. November 2021, instead of losing weight, I had gained 27 pounds. My clothes couldn't fit anymore. My size 10 blouses could button up, the button will be right here and the inlet will be right here. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And people go, oh, you still look good. I'm like, no, I don't feel good. I'm not ready to do any more shopping. But yeah, mama once it was just like ridiculous. What's going on? Then I spoke to my nutritionist. I said, there's something going on. This is not working for me. This is a program I've done in the past that worked for me. And I became Abamodupe's girlfriend, and now I was looking like Abamodupe's grand auntie. I said, okay, this is not working for me. And she goes, well, maybe you're not doing the right thing. And I'm like, are you okay? I'm going to be paying you and not be doing the right thing. So I was talking to my cousin Bisola one day, and I was telling her my symptoms, and she goes, I bet you were menopause. And I'm like, are you okay? At what age? And she's 10 years younger than I am. And she was like, well, all the symptoms you're describing, that's what it sounds like to me. So I turned around, my mom was there. I said, Mommy, by the way, what age did you become menopausal? And she was like, well, maybe in my 40s. And I'm like, hey, maybe it's here. So my symptoms, the night sweats were the first noticeable symptoms, and then the weight gain, like Auntie Lisa said she had as well. I had the weight gain. I had skin problems. When the acne cleared, it seemed like I had eczema, and I didn't understand where it was coming from. My face was two shades, like lighter and some darker. And I think I still have it. Sometimes when I don't put on any powder, you see that some side of my cheeks are kind of darker, but I've come to embrace it. I'm not even worried about it anymore. I spent so much money on different skincare, Obagi, SkinCeuticals. I mean, I was spending like $530 every 2 months on skincare. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, it's not working. And my dermatologist couldn't figure it out either. I will do microdermabrasion. I did skin peels. Nothing was working. So they were like, your diet is good, you eat clean. What could it be? The other symptoms that I noticed that I didn't like, I could cope with most of it, is the irritability. I would just snap. It was okay with me if I snapped at any other person. And honestly, if I snapped at anybody, it's fine with me. But when I snap at my son, it bothers me, especially when I know he didn't do anything wrong. And then I'll snap, and then I'll turn around like, what happened? And I'll feel like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep on snapping. And she'll go, it's okay. And I'm like, it'll go, it's okay, Mom. I'm like, no, it's not okay. I'm sorry. And I'll apologize. And that just kept on going. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a naturally angry person. I like to laugh at, I love to, Jibike, I'm a clown. And I'm just irritated. Every little thing will irritate me. I had very short fuse. So when Bisola said that, I now went and started researching. And I'm like, okay, this looks like menopause issues.
Then she called me, like, okay.
And I called you. I said, Jimmy,
I told you.
Like, it has started. It don't happen. And you're like, Jimmy, I told you. And you're like, it can't happen. I'm like, we're young. It's so funny. Like, we're so young. Like, we're in our 40s. Where's this coming from? What other symptoms do I notice apart from the menstrual period?
Actually, that would be the next question, the signs and symptoms. So this is just like, when did you start?
I thought we had moved on. Okay, I'm a bit fast. Sorry.
So
my 40s. Yeah. So
we have two people with their hands raised. So maybe when I hear from them, they would now go to the next question.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mommy, could you please unmute and because I think you are muted right now, Mom. Then after Mommy, Kenny, we go after her, after Mom. Then we move to the next question. Mom is muted right now. Is somebody there to help her?
They downstairs. Move on to the next person because of time, so that we can manage time. Yeah. Okay. Kenny, and then when she comes on, she can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kenny, could you please go ahead and unmute yourself? So the question is, when did you start noticing your symptoms? Because I see you came in a little late.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right. So I think
you haven't missed anything yet.
Okay, so good. Well, hi everyone. My name is Kehinde Ayeni from Minnesota. I am 48, going on 49. but I think mine started way back. I think I was 44, 45 when I started noticing the night sweat and the hot flash. I mean, I'll be talking to people and all of a sudden I'm sweating and I didn't understand what was going on. And then it would maybe last for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and then I'm fine again. And then this just kept happening and kept happening. I thought maybe it was a medication that I was taking that was I was reacting to. So I went to see my doctor and she goes, well, it might be perimenopause. I'm like, what? I am, like she said, I'm not even there yet. I am very young, so I don't understand why this is happening to me. And then, it just kept on, kept on. But I posted in the chat medication over the counter that she had recommended. It's called the black cohosh.
Mhm.
That helped. I mean, it wasn't completely gone, but it reduced it to the point that I could tell. I mean, even during winter, Minnesota is very cold. I still have my fan on. My fan is on 24/7. When I'm cooking, I have a fan by the stove. I have to put it on when the hot flash comes. My kids knows now. They open the door during the winter when I'm running out to stay in the cold, So it started at age 44. And I mean, like I said, I'm looking at 49 now, and I still get the night sweat and the hot flash, but it has reduced. Another thing I notice is that I'm a coffee drinker, and I don't know what can take coffee out of my life, but I notice when I reduce the amount of coffee that I drink, and then spicy food is one thing too that I do all the time. And when you reduction on those things, it has not completely, I mean, I still love my spicy food and I still drink coffee, but I don't drink it as much as I used to, and that has helped as well, to reduce the hot flashes and the night sweat. And yeah, like she was saying, I try not to snap at my kids, but they know that when they do understand that, because I had to have a talk with them so they don't wonder why this woman is happy 1 second and then in half an hour later she's like very angry. And so I had to talk with them to let them know that this is what is going on. Even my husband too, because nobody understood what was going on with me. And so I think having a talk with them just for them to understand and to know that, at any point in time, if I yell at you, I don't mean it. It's just what's going on. I can't explain it, but this is what my body is doing at this time in my life. So I think that helped too. So yeah, if you haven't tried the black cohosh, I would say try it. It really, really helped me. So
Yeah, thank you, Kenny.
you're welcome.
And I remember there was a day I went with, she invited me to a premiere of a cousin, and I went with her. So I had to drop her at home, and we were coming back. It was like -5 degrees. And Kenny was like, Bike, I think I need to roll down. I need to roll down the window in like -5 degrees. I was looking at her like, are you okay? I still remember that day, like, yes.
No, I remember. Yeah, I'll
So
try to do that to you.
with everybody, it's so different. So we will move. I said that in the chat, someone says sage in herbs form helps a lot with the hot flashes too. And also, Kenny advised the black cohosh. Is it capsules?
Yeah, they are capsules. They're over the counter, Walmart,
Over the
CVS, you can
counter.
get them anywhere. Yeah.
So she said that works also for her when it comes to hot flashes. So I'm going to go to the next question. So let me quickly share the question with you, and we can go there. 1 second. So here's the next question. It says, what were the signs and symptoms of menopause that you had? And I think Valentina already moved into that. So I'm just going to have her continue from there. So if you have any question, when she's done, then you can go ahead and ask or talk about it. Because like we said earlier, we're sharing with each other. I'm learning so much today that, I'm one of those that, my mom is not alive. I lost my mom at the age of 11. So growing up, I had to learn from people to understand what it is to be a woman. So this is part of my learning journey too. So, and I hope you're able to learn with me as well. So Valentina, I'm going to direct the question back to you. So what are the signs and symptoms? I know you've already started talking about it, so I'm sorry for just cutting you short at that particular time, but you can just go ahead and continue too.
Thank you, Jibike. So like I said, night sweats, weight gain, irritability, foggy brain. Yes, I don't like that. I still don't like it. Foggy, and what I mean by foggy brain, I don't know if there's if I can call it memory loss, but it happened to me last week. I was talking to my auntie and I see her online, Meme, Miss Suarez. I was chatting with her last week about that. I woke up the night before, I had my son's debit card. So I was supposed to give it to him the next morning. And I had it on my office desk in my office. And I went to sleep. I had it there so that in the morning I can just hand it to him when he was going to school. And he was going to school and he goes, "Oh, Mama, my debit card." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me get it." And I started looking everywhere. I took my wallet out, turned out. I mean, I literally turned over my purse. I went back to my room. I couldn't find it. I'm like, "You know what, I'm going to just take mine, just go." And he goes, "No, I don't want to be caught with another person's card. We don't have the same name." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Well, and I said, "You know what, just take it. Call me if anything happens. You'll be fine." And he was like, "No, Mama." And I'm like, "Okay, I can find it." And I just got frustrated. And he was like, I guess because I've had the conversation with him. And he goes, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "It's not your fault. I can't find your card." I said, "I know I still had it last night." And as I was going out of the office, something just like, "Go back." And it was staring at me right in front, right there by the mouse. The debit card was, and I'm like, "Oh shit." Excuse my French. I don't like this at all. You know, I have got into this, you know, have you ever set up the password like just yesterday and you're trying to sign in and you don't remember what that password is? Right here. So now on my OneNote, I put my passwords down because it's just ridiculous. There's so many passwords to set, especially in America today. You literally set a password for everything, even to eat. You have to have a password to eat. And some of them are not in the same, you can have it, it's not in the same orientation that, okay, you can have the same password for everything. So that happens as well. Foggy brain, I talk about the skin irritation, hair growth. Yeah, I've been picking a lot of hairs on my chin. I'm naturally hairy. I normally have hair, but it's been like 10 hairs coming out. And I'm like, where are these coming from? And then I found out it's menopausal symptom. What the weight gain, the weight gain, especially around the belly, that no girdle can even hide. Oh my God, oh my days. Yeah, what again? I think those are my symptoms. Yeah. And of course I still have, well, I'm not sure I'm still watching it. I think I kind of fixed the menstrual cycle thing. I think that got fixed. I'm still watching it, but I think those are the things that I noticed.
Yeah, with me, yeah, I'm still fully having my menstruation. I'm still having it.
We can have a baby.
No, not now. No. I'm still having mine. You know, I missed it once, but I'm back to it. And since then it's been okay again. But one thing that I noticed, that I actually started noticing was my feet, hot feet. My feet will go so hot. And I remember I was talking to Valentina one day. I said, "You know what? If I start raising my feet on the wall now," and she said, "You better don't do that in Nigeria. They will just call you Iyaje." That, you know, something like, you know, because that was what my doctor told me to do. My doctor said I need to raise my feet up, that if I can just put my feet on the wall, actually it will help. And she said, you know, and this sounds so funny, but it's happening. I will sit down, my feet will be so hot, and it's part of the symptoms. Then the brain fog was, oh my goodness,
Mhm.
At the point, I was so scared of myself, and I'm still having it till now. Like being
I
very,
was scared of my job with a brain fog
you know,
because I'll be in a meeting, I'm facilitating a meeting, and I will just forget a point. I will forget. I remember very well, I was in a meeting with some execs about 3 months ago, and I forgot, and I notated it. I still went through it just before the meeting, and I forgot the most important topic of that meeting.
wow.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope I'm not going to get to lose my job one day due to this menopause stuff.
Yeah, and I hope people understand this, especially when it comes to our supervisors, and especially the men. I wish the men that were here to just listen, to understand what we're going through,
Yeah.
when it comes to our supervisors. I mean, the weight loss with me, I may lose 5 pounds today and gain 10 pounds tomorrow.
Yep.
It's crazy. So I'm gonna
But hey,
have
I've lost 9 pounds now, and I'm counting. I'm counting.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I see some people have their hands raised. So I'm going to call on Joy. Could you please unmute your mic and chat with us about that, your symptoms?
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for this platform. You know, it's been a taboo topic for, especially in our culture. So this is just amazing, amazing. Hi, Valentina. This is
Hey,
Joy.
sis, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank
How's
you.
Bratai and the kids?
They're well, thank
Thank you
you.
for joining.
Thank you. So I am 56 years old, and I didn't realize that I actually sailed through menopause until recently.
Wow.
So, and it is needless for women to go through life and feeling they're not okay because of this, I never experienced night sweats or hot flashes, but while in a meeting, just similar to yours as well, Valentina, in the middle of a sentence, I would lose my train of thought. And, I had complete brain fog. So, and I experienced fatigue, and I would say, oh, I'm just tired. I've done so much. So not realizing what my body is actually going through. So the brain fog kept happening, and I also started having mood swings and also trouble sleeping. I wasn't sleeping well, and it became a lot of, I thought, okay, maybe because I experienced double bereavement, I was kind of like blaming that on that, but it wasn't, until I actually, had a blood test done, and I realized that I was actually in my post-menopausal stage, and I was like, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So as a nutritionist, for several years, I eat clean and I exercise. And I thought, okay, what is it that I need to do, differently, but hey, but let me tell you this, what actually helped me is cutting down on carbs. So when I cut down my carbs, it helps a lot. And also refined sugar and stress relief is so important. I can't stress it enough for self-care. So thank you.
Thank you so much for your advice and sharing your experience with us. So I'm going to have Sister Roti join.
Auntie Lizzie is up.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Auntie Lizzie, let's Sister Roti go, then you will be the next.
Okay.
Thank you, ma. Oh, the network.
So, two very important ones that I wanted to bring up, and it was when Valentina to me as well. One, it's about sexual activity. So you have either have a high libido or a low libido urge, and then when you get into menopause, it's like somebody just turned a switch and your libido just shoots up. And then in addition to that, you now have vaginal dryness. The vaginal
Oh no. Your network looks like it's
hormonal
this is gonna be
changes that is occurring. But sometimes the libido, it's terrible. It's terrible. You want to have sex and yet you can't have good sex. So usually, sorry, can you hear me now?
yeah, it was going on and off because of your network. But I think right now it's clear right now. Can you hear me?
She said she'll change her network and come back later.
Okay, that sounds great. So
Yes,
Auntie Lizzie,
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me now?
yeah, we are hearing you, but the network is making it skip on and off and on and off. You see, right now you're gone again.
Can I come in now?
So I'm gonna have Auntie Lizzie come in now, so maybe you can come back later.
Okay. This is a very good experience. This is a very good experience I'm about to share.
Auntie, I'm gonna have you hold on for a while because we can't really hear you. So I'm going to have Auntie Lizzie come in. So maybe you can come back later.
I'm on.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, ma'am.
This is a beautiful experience I'm about to give. Menopausal symptoms, because I've listened to all the speakers. None of us is talking about sex. When you're on menopausal,
Jibike, Auntie Lizzie, can you hold on? Jibike, can you mute everybody? And then
Okay.
Auntie Lizzie, yeah.
Okay, I think the sister Ronti, she's still talking and we can't really hear her. So I'm gonna have you mute.
Then you sit down and eat inside the why mommy will beg.
Okay, I think she's muted. I muted her. So Auntie, could you please go ahead?
okay, like I was saying, I've heard other speakers, but it seems we're all not talking about sex life of people who are on menopausal. In my own time, I switch off from sex. I feel irritated. My late husband didn't understand my body. He didn't understand why I have that mood. I tried to let him know that I don't feel like having sex. I get turned off. When it comes closer, I just push him off. So those are all the things that we need to talk about when women are in this menopausal stage. Our men, for those who are still married, our men should understand our body system. They should read more about women, because some men will feel that probably the woman is having extramarital affairs, but it's not so. Menopause has a lot of things to do with the women body. There are lots of changes. Our hormone. Some people, their libido is high. Some, they get irritated, it's off. I'm in that category whereby sex was a no-go area for me. It irritates me. It's like you want to force. I quite remember one night I told my late husband, I said, oh boy, do you want to rape me? He didn't understand. So we should be able, I'm happy for this forum. We should be able to talk to our women from age 20, teach them that from so age, this is what you should be expecting in your body. These are the changes your body will start to manifest. It's not a crime for a woman to move into menopausal age. It's not a crime. But because in our own climate in Africa, mothers, parents don't talk about sex, don't talk about body changes to our children, our girl child. We should able to teach our girl child that when you get to this certain age, these are the expectations of your body. That's what I'm trying to put in there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, Auntie Lizzie. And like she said, we need to, if we have female daughters, that we need to start educating them from now so they can be aware of the changes in their body, so they can be aware of what's going on, not for them alone, but also their partners, also their friends, so they can be able to help each other, just like we're doing right now. Thank you so much, Auntie Lizzie, for that particular topic. So even Sister Ronti said the same thing too, that she just want to talk about the vaginal dryness, changes in sexual libido. So in the chat, is Mom ready?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, Mommy. Oh yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I want to talk about menopause.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
I started premenopausal around the age of 39. I started with irritation, sweat, night sweat. In fact, I had to use two. Hello? I can't see.
We can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Hello.
Mommy, we can hear you. Yes, we can. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. I used to have night sweats. I always had to change twice in the night, wearing singlet, 100% cotton material during my menopause. And I was always irritated, intolerant, anything, anything negative. Nobody could touch me at that time. I started putting pillow between my husband and I. Then putting on, having weight gain. So I had a group we used to have to do exercise so as to reduce all this water weight we put on. We didn't understand what was happening. I didn't until I spoke to an auntie of mine living in the neighborhood, and she told me that is the sign of menopause. So don't let me waste your time, because you had given me opportunities that I didn't use the last time you called me. So your next program, when you have your next topic, I will be prepared for you. I'm very sorry about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, ma.
Thank you.
So there's a comment in the chat. So, and this is from Olivia, Sister Olivia. 1 second, I think. She says, "Hello, everyone. I am 35. I stopped menstruation in my 20s and was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure. I was on hormone replacement therapy for 5 years, but my period did not return. When I was 30, I started getting all the menopause symptoms, hot flashes, night sweat, loss of libido came first. This year, my ultrasound showed ovarian and uterus atrophy. My doctor believes I am now in menopause, but I am waiting to see a specialist in December." So she's 35 years old and she's already like fully in menopause. And I think we did make mention of that earlier before now, that some people experience it way early sometimes than usual. So, and I'm seeing some comments also in the comment section, in the chat section. So Kenny said, brain fog, weight gain, weight loss, hair loss, acne, irregular period. Then I see, let me see here. I'm just going through the chat. So Sister Roti too talk about vaginal dryness, changes in sexual libido. I think this is something a little common. And also itching occurs too. So there's so many things that occur when going through either the perimenopause or during menopause. So we're going to move to the next question. And I'm going to share that with you real quick. So the next question is, how long did it take you to know? I think this may have been answered, but with some of us, it's like things are just going on with our body and we don't even know what's going on. With some of us, it's because I'm not in a medical profession, but I've been doing, I'm a mental health coach. So all this stuff are things that we kind of talk about here and there that will help people get better mentally when they're going through menopause, when they're going through stuff like this. And that's how I get to know right away when I started experiencing it. But with some people, it takes years for them to even realize, I think I'm going through menopause. I think something is wrong with me. So I'm going to go back to Valentina to ask her, the question that how long did it take you to know? So Valentina, you want to start that?
It took me 2 years because I know I started having this night sweats in 2020 during COVID, and I figured it out last year. So it took me 2 years to make it short.
Oh, great. 2 years. Wow. Okay. That's that's a while. But again, you never can say. So does anybody have anything to say about this? When did you notice? There's a comment that says, great idea having this conversation. Well done, Valentina. I'll have to leave soon. Okay, thank you, Miss P. Thank you for coming in here to join us. Yeah, thank you. Does anybody have anything to say to this when it comes to how long it took you to know that you're actually going through menopause? If nobody's saying anything, I'm going to move to the next question because we still have like 50 something minutes left to
Yeah,
go.
mine was right away because I had been reading about it. So I'd gone to my doctor, so I knew right away this was what was going on. And so that was when she prescribed that black Porsche that I talked about. So mine was right away.
Yeah, thank you.
Say that. Yeah, and then for me, I lost a lot of weight. I lost a ton of weight. Like it's different for everybody, and I haven't been able to gain it back. It's coming back slowly, but it's not fully there. So, and I don't have my period anymore. I stopped having one since last year, August.
Wow.
I don't know if it's gonna come, not, but I don't have period.
Well, when I want to lose some weight,
mine was through sickness, but then it didn't come back again.
Wow. It's amazing because I know some people actually gain weight during this period.
Most people do, actually.
One of them.
And I hear that the menopause thing it can go up to 10 years from when you start. I don't know how far that is true, but some people don't even experience it until they're in their 50s. Some, it's very early. So it depends on individuals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Kenny, for the contribution. So then I'm going to go to the next question, since we don't have any other person that is going to say anything or have anything to say. So I am going to present or share the next question. So the next question is, what did you do initially when it started? So I know this, I mean, all the symptoms to everybody is strange. So at first, when you realize I may be going through menopause, so what did you do? Did you call a friend? Did you talk to your doctor? Did you start reading about it? There's so much that, that could be done. So Valentina, I'm going to go back to you to share with us what you did initially when you started experiencing all the symptoms.
Well, when I started experiencing the symptoms, I didn't realize it was perimenopausal, going into the menopausal stage of my life. I just felt something was wrong with me. I couldn't figure out what it was. And at a point in time, I thought it was the water. A friend of mine told me, oh, it's probably the water in Nigeria. That's why you're having all this acne. I mean, my acne was bad. It was terrible. Like I said earlier on, I figured out it was menopause last year during a conversation with my younger cousin. And it's so funny because I felt so stupid. Someone 10 years younger than I would tell me I'm going through menopausal symptoms. And, I research very well, especially when it comes to health issues. And I did not even, maybe because you never taught, it's one thing that you just never think that you could slip into so early. Because I think in the 40s, it's kind of early. So after Bisola brought it up and I spoke to my mom and she said in her 40s, I said, okay. So I spoke to my nutritionist and she told me, no, you can't be menopausal. You can't be this, you can't be that. I said, okay, how come I've gained so much weight on your program instead of losing weight? And I've been doing everything. And this is the same program that I've been on for 5 years that's worked very well for me. I mean, I've done everything you would ask me to do. So she goes, she was so adamant. I said, okay, no problem. So I called up my OBGYN and went to see my OBGYN. So I told him, I said, I want to have a hormonal check. And he goes, I don't think you can be in your menopausal stage. And this was the doctor that gave birth to Abamudupe. So I've known him literally for about 20 years. And I looked at him, I said, well, I'm feeling this. I have this weight gain. It's ridiculous. There's nothing I've done that I've been able to lose the weight. I eat clean. I exercise. I can be on the treadmill for 2 hours at a go. I enjoy being on the treadmill. So, and nothing is going on. So he goes, well, the thing is, you don't have enough symptoms for the insurance to pay for the test. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, okay. I brought up my laptop, my phone, Googled menopause symptoms. So I go, doctor, well, don't let me call his name out before the insurance gives him a knock on his head. Dr. So. So how long have you known me? He goes, about 20 years. I said, you're gonna make them pay. I am not going to pay $350 for this test. You will make them pay. So I have this. And he looked at me and said, okay, we'll do it. So we got the test. He said, but I still don't think you're menopausal. I said, okay. So he did the test. They got the test done, ran the test. I went to the lab, got my blood drawn. He called me back a week after. And he goes, this is the second time in 20 years I'm going to apologize to you. I am sorry. I said, what happened? He goes, your estrogen is super low and your progesterone is super low. You are menopausal. I said, nice. So what are we going to do? So that was what I did. So I still kept on eating right. I still kept on exercising, hoping for the best. And exercise for me wasn't really about weight gain. It's about my health. It's about my heart rate. It's about me I'm super active. I mean, Jibike, I'm super active. 24 hours is not enough for me in a day. So exercising to me, it's really about my health. It's about being fit, being physically fit, not really about weight. I mean, the weight loss is an added thing for me when I'm exercising, but I still kept at that, still kept eating right. And should I go into what you did next, or you want me to stay at what did I do next? Oh, what did I know? That's part of it, actually. So he gave me the options, the treatment options, and which is HRT, hormone replacement therapy. So he got me on estrogen. He gave me an option of the gel or the patch. The patch, you have to keep the patch on for a couple of days and then change it. You have to have it on like twice a week. And I hate sticking things on my body. So I opted for the gel. the gel, I rub it on my thigh, and then I alternate the thigh every day because of I guess skin rashes or whatever. I can't remember why I said I should alternate it, but I opted for the gel. So I used the gel for about 3 months. It got me on the gel in October. I went to Nigeria in December, came back at the end of December, and then I had another appointment with him. And he said, okay, you know what? You've been on estrogen for a while. I am going to put you on progesterone because you still have a womb and you still have a cervix. Because if you're on estrogen, and I've read that too, without progesterone, you're open to cancer of the cervix of the womb here. So he put me on progesterone, and that was where my problem started. I had this migraine from hell. I mean, I'll wake up in the middle of the night with this banging headache. I didn't realize what it was. I didn't have it before. So I started using Tylenol before I went to bed so that I won't wake up in the middle of the night. If I forgot it, I had to use the Tylenol because I had this banging headache like right here. So after a while, I went back to look at the leaflets that you get from the pharmacy, and I saw that migraines were part of the side effects of progesterone. So I said to myself, no way, I'm not going to be addicted to Tylenol. So I stopped using the progesterone, and I started researching for whole foods. Then I saw something about seed cycling. Yeah. And seed cycling also, funny enough, as at that time, my periods were still very unstable. So I started seed cycling.
Please type that when you're done into the chat.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
So seed cycling is basically, I'll actually put a link on it that I was using. Seed cycling is actually you eat two types of seed the first 14 days. So if your monthly cycle is 28 days, the first 14 days you eat two types of seed: sesame seed, flax seed. Okay, that foggy brain came again. I'll put it in the chat. So basically, oh my God, basically you eat two types of seed, the first 14 days, the first half of your cycle, and then the other two, the second half of your cycle. So what I did was, I normally take collagen. I take collagen every day, regardless. So I had the powdered collagen. So I'll get collagen and put it in my yogurt, and I'll add on the seeds to it and shake it together and eat it. And that worked. That actually reset my cycle. Believe it or not, it reset my cycle. I was shocked because I just said, you know what? It doesn't hurt. It's basically it's whole foods. But also, if you are going to do seed cycling, make sure you're using the organic seeds, and that worked for me. I'm not sure if if it's automatic for everybody, but it did work for me. I continued to eat clean. I stopped the progesterone, and then I started researching. Then I came across the video that Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey did, and they talked extensively about HRT. Because when I spoke to a couple of friends about HRT, they were like, "Oh, don't do it. Oh my God, cancer. Don't do it." And I'm like, you know what? I have to live a full life. I can't be miserable. I am miserable.
What's the full meaning of that? HRT. What is the full meaning of it?
Hormone replacement therapy.
Okay.
Which is the estrogen and the progesterone. And my doctor told me that even though I was low on testosterone as well, they are very careful in putting women on testosterone, except on very, very unusual cases. So I've gotten back on my progesterone, but I alternate the days. And for whatever reason, the headaches don't come again. And I still keep on working out. I eat clean as well. And I keep on doing a research because it's a taboo. We don't know what to do. Our parents never spoke. They never talked to us about it. I asked my mom the other day, I said, why didn't you talk to me about menopause? You spoke to me about sex as the moment you noticed I started getting into my puberty stage. I could discuss sex with my mom. You never spoke to me about menopause. And I'm going through this, I don't even know what to do. And she said, you know what? She said, I'm sorry. We never talked about it. During our time, we didn't have a lot of resources, which is true. So Google is my friend. So I've been doing a lot of research. I've been taking a lot of classes. I'm actually taking a certification class right now just for menopause because I have to live a full life. And I think every woman deserves to live a full life. And I also feel that if we talk about it more, many people will embrace it, and many people will they will stop being confused about what to do, because it can be confusing and it can be a very challenging a time of our lives. You know, like Auntie Lizzie said, it's something that affects relationships. For those that are, you know, married or in serious relationships, because if you have low libido, you have this interest in sex, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So basically, we just have to look at things to do, talk about it more, get more support system, and eat clean, exercise, sleep well. Sleep well, no matter what you do. Now, when I feel sleepy, I don't care what it is, I'm going to take that nap. Because I have realized that the Valentina of today is not the Valentina of 5 years ago, in fact, of last year. Whether I like it or not, I'm aging. But I've decided I want to age beautifully and I want to age healthily, and I'm going to embrace it. So I have embraced menopause. I was talking to someone the other day. In fact, Leke sent me a chat and he goes, "You and Jibike are having this. Don't tell me you're menopausal." I said, "What if we are?" What if we are? We're embracing it. It's something we want, you know, that shows you we're growing. So I'm going to grow old and in a beautiful way. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not shy about it. Yes, I'm in my perimenopausal stage. I'm happy and proud to be, because some people didn't have the opportunity to get to this stage. May their souls rest in peace.
Amen.
We got here. We should embrace it, and we should be proud.
Proud of it.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put our tiara on and be proud of it.
Yes, right.
So there's a question for you in the chat. It says, what was the name of the test you did?
Hormonal imbalance test. So you go to your doctor and you let them know you want to get your hormones checked. Basically, that's what it is. Because menopause is really hormonal imbalance. Your hormones are not balanced. And apart from the HRT, the hormone replacement therapy, the estrogen and the progesterone that I use, that didn't help the night sweats. So I've heard about black cohosh. I haven't tried it. My auntie talked to me about yams, and I think she put it in the chat. Eating yams. She said a British doctor actually spoke to her about it. So I said, I don't like eating yams, but if that's gonna help menopause, I am going to use it. But I hope I won't end up having twins when I start eating yams. Well, yeah.
So yam is a good thing.
Yes, she said it works for her. So I'm going to look into that. Apart from that, I also tried Estroven. It's in Walmart and it helps for multi-menopausal symptoms. But I'm Ijebu. For Nigerians, I know what the meaning of Ijebu, so I go for the Equate brand. I don't waste money. I love money too much to waste it. So I use the Equate brand, and it has, you see it. If you go to the aisle that has women's vitamins, you're going to see it right there. I also take vitamin D3 and K2, the organic one I buy from Whole Foods. Magnesium. I take my magnesium every night. Those are the things that I Googled, and it seems to work well for me. So when I wake up in the morning, I take the Walmart brand of the Estroven. I take my allergy medication and my collagen. I take collagen first thing in the morning. Another thing that seems to work that I was using for something totally different, but I think it's been helping my menopausal symptoms is
brain fog. Sorry.
Cloves.
Okay.
Konofuru.
Cloves.
Cloves. Yes. So how I prepare mine, just a handful. I rinse it very well, and I put it in a bottle, maybe like a 32-ounce bottle, and fill it with water.
Mm.
And I let it sit for 3 days before I start drinking it. And I keep topping the water.
So you drink the
Yeah,
water,
I drink the water.
the cloves
Just
in it.
yeah, no, I don't chew the cloves, but I just drink the water, the cloves water. So kind of like a tea, basically.
Oh,
So
okay.
cloves tea can work. So I drink that. That works for a whole lot of things. But
Mhm.
I noticed that it's been helping as well. So I've been drinking it consistently. So as soon as I'm done with my collagen, I just gulp a little bit because mine is very, very concentrated. So you don't want to drink too much. So I just gulp a little bit, and that seems to work. I eat clean. I drink a lot of water. I love drinking water. I mean, I'm that kind of person that will be drinking water and closing my eyes like, mm. I drink a lot. I drink at least 2 liters of water a day. I drink.
Wow.
I drink water naturally. I love water. So if you don't like drinking water, just drink water. Find a way to drink it. Put some lemon, infuse it with something. But I like to drink just straight out water.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about it. Those are the things that I tried.
That is awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. So I'm gonna quickly go through the chat to see if we have anything. Okay, so there's the doctor's best high as absorption magnesium linsinate. Okay, see, when it comes to all this medical words, I always okay. So magnesium linsinate glycinate helps a great deal for sleep. So that's an advice in the chat. So there's another comment in the chat that says you can also crush gloves. You can also crush gloves, one in a yogurt, and take it every other day or twice a week. So which means somebody's agreeing with your option of taking gloves. Then I'm reading here. I think mom says something. Mine started early last year.
That's my sister-in-law.
Okay. Okay. So like mine started early last year, though at the point I was studying about it. So when I started having symptoms like nagging headaches, hot flushes, palpitation, that is one thing that I'm having right now. Palpitation. Yes. Low libido, dryness, and mood swings, and no more monthly flow. I automatically knew what I was going through. So I had to find solution by speaking with my doctor. So I had a hormonal test done and got some vitamins coupled with local herbs. Fortunately for me, I am losing weight. But for the past 2 months now, I notice high libido. Okay.
I'm going to be having a niece and nephew very soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that I've heard works, I've not tried it either because I just don't want to bombard myself with a lot of medications because believe it or not, all these things have side effects.
Yes.
Tylenol has side effects, and I have a lot I'm dealing with. I don't want to add to it. Primrose oil. A lot of people swear by primrose oil, but I've never tried it. Black cohosh, I've never tried it either. Because what I'm using right now works for me, and I'm sticking with it until it doesn't work anymore. But those are the things that I've heard work as well. Oh, gray hair is another symptom. Yeah, and I'm embracing it. I'm not dyeing my hair.
You need to embrace it.
I've been having like more gray hair. Yeah, like much more gray hair in the last 2 months. Actually, I've noticed just coming up. Yeah, yeah, that's about it. I don't think I remember anything else for now.
Somebody's agreeing with you on the primrose oil, like evening primrose oil.
Primrose oil. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, someone is agreeing with you. So just to wrap things up, let's see. So I think this is a question that I think it's already been answered. So the question is, were you prepared? And I know none of us is prepared. No, none of us. But look at Auntie Lizzie want to say something.
Yes, in all we have all said, I think that all we should do is still emphasize our girl child. We should be, because the world is turning every day, it's changing. In my growing up, I can't talk about all this thing with my mother. She has never told me anything. But because now we are enlightened, and we're researching on our own, we should be able to take our girl child along. When we take our girl child along on these women matters, it will really help them when they get to that stage. That is my take on it. Have a good night rest.
Thank you, Auntie.
And Auntie, that's it's good you mentioned it. By the way, Auntie Lisa is she's one of the SSA to Governor Keredolu. And she's very involved in the girl child activities in Ondo State. And see, that's one of the plans that Jibike and I have been talking about. We're thinking about bringing a lot to Nigeria on menopause and mental health. And not menopause, women's health in general, and mental health. Yeah, women's health
as a wholesome.
Yeah, as a wholesome. And we're thinking we'll have plans. Hopefully, we'll get started this year. Hopefully, we'll make some trips to Nigeria. Dames Hub is going to be, and that's why I have it as Dames Hub, not menopause, because dames, like I'm a dame for women, basically. And it's one of the things that we're probably going to be holding seminars and workshops in Nigeria and in the US as well. But we're trying to focus more in Nigeria because as Africans, we have a lot of taboo when it comes to discussing anything sexual. It's hush, 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 hush. And that's one of the things that's been affecting a lot of us. I was fortunate enough, I have to say I was fortunate to have a very close relationship with my mom. I've had it since I was young. So, and it's an open relationship, which I try to have with my daughters. I mean, I have 3 adopted daughters. And it's something we as parents, aunties and sisters need to pass on and have an open conversation, a round table talk with our girls all the time.
Yes. Thank you. You don't have a program I run with Her Excellency in Ondo State. It's called BIMO.
Yes, Auntie.
BIMO Summer Boot Camp. I've been running that program for the past 6 years.
Yes,
this
Auntie.
year we make it 7 years. In that camp, what we are talking about is mostly what we do. We groom these children, talk about sex, tell them about how to know what is wrong with their body, how a girl changes from age to age. We talk about cancer, how to check their breasts with BSE, breast self-examination. We even talk about menstrual hygiene. Yes. You can say, because we bring these girls from rural areas, most of them, the parents can't even afford to buy them sanitary pad, and it disrupts their schooling. When they're on their menstruation, they don't go to school. In this camp, we teach these girls how to produce reusable sanitary pads, which now has encouraged them. They go back home, they do it, they come to school regularly, even when they're menstruating, because they can afford to make their own pad and use. So on this issue, we have just discussed tonight. It's night here in Nigeria. I think it is a wake-up call for mothers to bring in our girls, our daughters, to know what it is, what they are going to meet, what the body changes will look like in the future as they grow up. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Auntie.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you so much, Auntie. So have a great night. I know it's late at your end. We're almost done. So I have a couple of questions, a couple of comments in the chat. So I'm going to quickly read it out before we round up. So from Eunice here, on a lighter note, on the weight gain, I think I can now take a chill pill. I'm with you there. And continue to eat like the foodie that I am. And I second that too. About 2 months back, I noticed I had gained some weight and just attributed it to the fact that I love to eat good food. 2 weeks ago, I decided to go on a self-imposed weight loss program by going on a food diet. smoothies, and all through the day with just one main meal. I thought I was doing great till I checked my weight 10 days after, and nothing has changed. Sis, welcome to my world.
Okay.
I was starting with a friend 2 days ago discussing the challenges, and she responded with hormones. And when I asked what's with the hormones, she went weight gain around the belly area. And I went, uh-oh, you know, with the knowledge gain tonight, Biko, I'm going back to eating well, just the way I love to. Thanks for this session, girls. See?
Let me quickly say something about that.
Mhm.
Because when it comes to diets, I think I've tried all sorts of diets under the sun. I've actually created some diets myself. I have a very bad metabolism, and I'm that person without menopause. Forget perimenopause, forget menopause. Ever since I was a child, I could go for 2 weeks without having a bowel movement, and it was okay for me because I'm very finicky. I told you about that, Jibike. I told you that some years ago. I'm very finicky. I'm that person that will not use a public toilet. If I go to your house and I don't feel comfortable, or your toilet is clean, is dirty, I'll hold it till I get home. So it was very convenient for me. And then mommy will go, oh, normal. You're supposed to be going every day. And I'm like, it'll work for me. Until, I started getting old and started being more health conscious, and I realized it wasn't normal. So I have to eat at least every 3 hours. So what I make sure is I eat healthy and very small portion. But even with perimenopause, it didn't work. It wasn't working for me. It worked for me before. I lost 30 pounds on it in 2000 when I was 42. Remember those beautiful photo shoots, pictures that I have? It's like, okay, it worked for me. I lost the weight. It doesn't work for me now. So I started intermittent fasting, and I eat one. It was difficult. The first week that I tried it, I had this terrible migraines, and I'll be shaky, but very jittery, because I was eating once a day. I was doing the 23-1. Then I moved to the 16-8. It still wasn't working. Why? I was eating a very large portion of food. So if you're doing intermittent fasting, you still, because the reason, the logic behind intermittent fasting that I've discovered is for you to go to into a calorie deficit. And the way you get into a calorie deficit is eating less calorie than you're actually burning. So so at the end of the day, if you if you don't exercise, try and limit your calories to below 1,000 calories. It's tough. But so that's what I've been doing for the past 4 weeks, and I have actually lost 9 pounds. I haven't weighed myself this week, but as of last week, I've lost 9 pounds. The reason why I don't like such restrictive diets is that most of the time when I stop it, the weight comes back. But the reason I'm doing it right now is I need something to jumpstart this weight loss, because girl gotta look sexy. Hi, I'm looking for a man. I'm single and available. So it's about time to mingle. So basically, I just needed something to jumpstart this weight loss, and it's working for me so far. So I eat once a day. I try to eat at the same time every day. It was tough, but I guess my body is has gotten used to it now. But is it something I can continue forever? Probably not. I don't want to continue it forever because I love it. This weekend I splurged. My son graduated from high school, and yesterday we had a family picnic at a lake yesterday, and my cousins were there, and they were like, Valentina, we're fast. Graduate, and then my niece turned 2 today, so we're having a party again, and I'm like, this weekend, forget intermittent fasting. But funny enough, because I've been so used to it, believe it or not, I've not eaten today.
That's it.
And I've been
Because
drinking
your body,
water.
yes.
So just make sure you're drinking a lot of water. When you drink a lot of water and you watch, and when you're doing intermittent fasting, don't sit down on this big bowl of inyo and ogbono soup. And you expect, oh, I only had 1 meal a day, and you expect to lose weight, it's not going to work. So you have to control your portion size, make sure you have the right portion, and make sure you have clean food. Avoid sugars, very necessary. Refined carbohydrates, very important. Lots of water, lots of water. I can't stress that enough because the water flushes your toxins. And believe it or not, even though it's water, it actually reduces your, what's that, Oyibo? When you bloat. It reduces it.
Yeah, you're bloating.
Because our body is actually made with a lot of water. So we need to put in more water to flush it out. So you might want to try that if you want to lose weight, you might want to try intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting actually does work. You just have to get it right.
Thank you so much, Valentina. So I'll quickly go through the chat real quick. So from Barbara says, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this platform. I have learned a lot. A bit scary though. Women are strong. Thanks, Barbara. I know, right? We need to keep coming together to talk about all this. And I think yesterday says something. I think she's leaving. This has been very educative and interesting. Thank you so much, ladies. I have learned a lot from this awareness. We need to take note of the changes in our body. Thank you. I need to go now. So she's just kind of letting us know it's a little bit late in Nigeria right now. So, and okay, Ola said seed cycling. So that's
me. I'm actually using my cousin's account.
Okay, that's okay. So seed cycling is the name of the what that other thing that we were talking about when it comes to seed. Yeah, I think I wrote it down somewhere. So yeah, when it comes to like organic seed and mixing it with your yogurt and stuff like that. So so thank you everyone for coming in here today. Does anybody have anything to say? I wanted to just see if Valentina have any advice for now. So just to recap quickly on what this is about. So this is going to be a series where we'll come in every other, we're not really sure of when this is going to be because Valentina is traveling. She'll be going to Nigeria soon. So when she comes back, we will
Thanks for calling me out.
I have to. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to have at least say this so they wouldn't know you're coming. So I'm sorry for that.
That's okay.
So yeah, so when she's back, we'll have to figure out what date exactly that we'll be holding this conversation because we want to start digging into each and every symptoms. Like I said earlier about mine that I used to have, I do still have hot feet, which is crazy. So
that's okay.
What's in it? You know, come up with me, So yeah, so I do have hot feet. So we want to start digging in on each and every all the symptoms that we all experiencing. Then we kind of talk deeply about it because even though I am experiencing mine, somebody else may be experiencing it differently in a different way. So we want to kind of learn all this. So when we start experiencing that other part of it, we won't be scared that which one is this again? Why am I experiencing this? Why is this going on? Why is this happening? So that is going to be what the series is going to be about. So this is just an overview of the whole series. And if you join us from the beginning, I did take a quick introduction about what wellness and circle is about. So before we leave, please let me quickly do a presentation real quick about what the program is about. Real quick, let me know if you're are you seeing my stuff? No,
not yet. I'm still seeing your pretty face.
Thank you.
Okay, we can see it now.
We can see it now. Yeah, so I'm going to do a quick overview of what Wellness and Circle. So Wellness and Circle is just a roundtable talk where we just talk about different kind of thing when it comes to wellness as a wholesome. I said earlier that I will be actually doing some other series with Obi. She's a very good childhood friend of mine too. We'll start at another session of Wellness and Circle too on, I think, navigating middle age. So watch out for that too. We'll be working on that very, very soon. So so here's just an overview of the two hosts, myself and Valentina. So what is Roundtable Talk? So Roundtable Talk discussion is a platform where participants agree to speak on a specific topic of debate, for debate and discussion, expressing their points of view without fear of criticism or judgment. So everyone has an equal opportunity to participate, allowing them to contribute freely and fully to the discussion, just like we did today, without judgment. We just want to, express ourselves, tell it as it is, as we feel, without being judged. So what will we be doing? Like, we'll be talking about topics that are dear to us, like wellness, finances, kids, relationship, business, mental health, and different other discussions that uplifts us. So we'll be bringing different panels and co-host professionals, community advocates, self-advocates, and individuals with knowledge about different topics of interest here. So, and like I said here too, if you have any question or you have a topic to talk about, reach out to me or email me at wellnessandcircle@gmail.com or bk.ojomo@gmail.com. If you want to co-host with me, also you can reach out to me. So all the discussion that we will be going through on each of the Wellness and Circle Roundtable platform, I'm going to upload the discussion into YouTube, so you can follow the YouTube channel at Wellness and Circle, and also the website. I'm still working on the website, and another 1 or 2 weeks is going to be done. So you can always go there to just go back to replay, each of the sessions that we go. So just also remember to follow Wellness and Circle on Facebook and Instagram. There's a private community, Wellness and Circle, the Women's Wellness and Circle on Facebook, where we can talk about women's stuff that we don't want to bring out here. So that is a little bit private. So if you follow the Facebook community page, then you can definitely join us and join the conversation there. Also, don't forget Dame's Hub for this menopause series too. That is Valentina. You can also remember to follow her for this particular program. So Wellness and Circle and Dame's Hub sponsored this program. So if you want to be involved in sponsoring any of this program, please reach out to me, bk.ojomo@gmail.com or wellnessandcircle@gmail.com. If you also have product that you want to advertise, let me know. For just a little bit of amount, we can just advertise it in any of the programs that we host. And here is just the last. If you still have any questions, reach out to me, 763-200-6557. That's a US number. Email at wellnessandcircle@gmail.com. Website wellnessandcircle@gmail.com. So I am going to go back to Valentina here to just give us the to round things up. And also, if you have any question, please, before Valentina give the ending speech, if you have any question, could you please let us know? If you have questions about what we talk about, if you have a suggestion about what we talk about, I would appreciate if you just let us know. So, before I go, I totally forgot. We're supposed to take your email addresses so that you can be notified when next we have a session. Please, before you go, I would appreciate if you can just leave your email, please. I will go through everything when we're done, so I can just put it together, so I can be sending messages to each and every one of you when we have a next session on Wellness and Circle. Please remember to send your email. You can leave your email in the chat so I can get to you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Or you can just private message it to me too. That is okay on the chat. So if you have any last word of advice, you can raise your hand or just open your mic to talk before I open Valentina's mic to just round the whole thing up. I appreciate you all coming. It's been a great topic. I love the advice from every one of you. It's been great. So I want to believe nobody want to say anything. I see a lot of thank yous in the chats. Thank you all for coming. So Valentina, I'm gonna have you unmute to just, give us your last words for the day.
Thank you, Jibike, again for having me. Thank you, everyone, for joining, for dedicating your time. We really do appreciate it. Please follow at Dames Hub. It's DAMESHUB, and you can see it written on my screensaver. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more on menopause. And also, please, 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 ladies, speak out, talk about it. Let us stop making it a taboo. Growing old it's an opportunity, it's a privilege these days. So if you have the opportunity to grow old, embrace it, be grateful, and be proud of it. So let's talk about it. Menopause is not a disease, it's not an illness. It's just part of a men's problem, Every problem. Sorry, men, but because I see some guys on there. I see my big brother, David Phillips, on as well. I think Father Richard was on earlier on. Sorry, but really, our problems, women's problems starts with men, If we're not talking about menstrual period, we're talking about menopause. So, yeah. So please, let's talk about it. Let's educate ourselves. Let's hold one another's hands so that we can live a full life. We have so much opportunity that our mothers didn't have. We have so much resources out there that our mothers didn't have. Join things up. Please forward both Jibike's and I's link. Share with your friends and family. Don't be selfish. We're not charging you for this information. We're giving you all this information. We're sharing it free of charge. Leave the research to us. If you have questions, feel free to DM us, send us a message. You can reach Things Up by email at thingsup@gmail.com as well. And we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram at Dames Up. It's all one word, DAMESHUB. My name is Valentina Ibirogba-Unaji, and I'm proud to be my perimenopausal stage. Thank you, and have a great night to those in Nigeria. And those in the US, stay safe.
Thank you, everybody. So for those of you that already have your email address, I'm going to send through a review email where you can just, what you think about today's roundtable talk. What advice do you have? And what topic do you think we can talk about? And many more. So thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate every one of you that are here today, because it's the beginning, is the first of many. So I'm grateful. I see all these beautiful faces I'm seeing here. I love you all. And until the next time, please, let's stay safe. Let's keep staying beautiful and handsome for all the men here too. And at the same time, let's remember to take a few moments every day to step back a little bit and reflect. Breathe. Our mental health matters, because we do a lot every day that we realize that we matter too. So we at the point in time in life, we always have to put ourselves first. Take care of ourselves, our mental health, our wellness as a whole. So until the next time, stay safe, stay beautiful. Have a great week ahead. Bye, everybody. Love you all.
So you got me falling for your resume.